Tinactin, Tinactin commercials, right?
I remember those. John Madden.
The Remington microscreen, perfect for shaving snatches.
Boom! Tough actin, Tinactin.
But this guy, yeah. So, but I never had athlete's foot or anything like that. And I wrestled, and you had to watch out for things like ringworm that would spread to the team because you're on those mats.
Yeah.
And everybody's sweating. So I wrestled all 4 years, and didn't really have a problem. Probably because I showered and changed clothes.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Well, you get to boot camp and things get a little crazy because at night you have that laundry bag. It's just a mesh bag. You put your shit in there and you hang it on the end of your rack. And the fire watch, their job is to go around and take all that stuff.
Sniff it a little.
What are you doing?
Yep, apples.
If you're that guy, yeah. Throw it in the wash, and then the next guy will throw it in the dryer, and so on.
Okay.
Well, then they distribute it, and then no one cares, man. So your PT shorts and your boxers and socks and all that just has your number written on it. And dude, I'll never forget my number. It was 39 because my last name, Lejour, L 39. It's written right by your bunk and rack, I should say. And so all of a sudden you got all kinds of stuff. Half of it's yours, half of it isn't. But you get up in the morning, you don't have time. I mean, I think I went to chow twice in the morning with no socks on, just my boots, because fuck this.
Yeah.
And that sucks. Don't do that. That hurts. But so my point is, by the time I got to mess week, you're pretty far along in boot camp by the time you get to, they call it team week. So 10 guys will go and they'll take you in groups and you're gonna weed whack, do lawns, pick up trash. It's team week. It's
right.
You're gonna take care of no wonder bases always look so good. They got plenty of labor.
Yeah.
and I draw chow hall. I didn't ask for that. And I'm like, damn it, man. So that's what I had to do, and it's tough, man. You get up you're already getting up at 4 in the morning in boot camp anyway. Now you're getting up at 3, and there'll be 8 of you, and you march over to the mess hall, whichever one you're assigned to. There's a few, and you start your duties, whatever it is. And so that was my job, and you're sweaty, tired, and dirty all the time. And you shower and stuff, but it's quick, it's fast. And you're getting other people's underwear and stuff. I mean, It sounds worse than it is because it's supposedly clean. So I had never had any kind of athlete's foot, crotch rot or anything like that. But man, there was it started, I remember one day I was man, I got a rash on the inside of my thigh and started to suck, and then the other thigh.
Yeah.
And I started to notice blisters. I'm should I tell somebody? I've never seen this before, right? And so back at the barracks one night, long story short, my bunkmate, Brooks, black dude from New York, still know that guy, he's a good dude. I just couldn't help it anymore. I was man, this fucking sucks. And he goes, reaches it, you have very limited free time.
Yeah.
It's not really free time. It's you polish your boots, this and that, write letters.
You catch up.
But it's very quiet. You can hear a little whispering and stuff like that, and the joint started looking around. And he goes like this, hey, we get this effing juice. It's for you to drink. Drink that goddamn juice. And it was thick Gatorade. It's electrolytes. I didn't know that. And I was this shit's okay, but
it's the goo that runners use.
Dude, almost.
Yeah.
It's not quite that, but
it's a little diluted.
It's thick. And I'm drinking this stuff. I'm but you're so hungry all the time. You're whack it down. And he's telling us, and he almost had a smile on his face, so don't pass up on that goddamn juice. Drink that effing juice. And so you're sitting there writing letters, and Brooks was always right next to me, and we were so close, dude, we switched mail. I would read his mail, he'd read mine, because, man, it's so delicious. You read through it, and you're oh, there's no more? So we'd switch. I read his mail.
Yeah.
And just the way it is, because you're not communicating with anybody. And so we became very close, and he just goes, oh, man, I can help you. And he gives me Tinactin spray. Never used it, never even, I was 20, 21. I'm okay, I'll try anything at this point. So I'm standing up with a towel, and I just go, buddy. I don't think up to that point in my life or after, aside some different things of something that seemed so innocuous, I felt that kind of pain.
Yeah.
As soon as it hit my skin, I fogged it, bro. It was chemical warfare. And I just went, I just froze. Because it burned. It was like Satan had a cigar this big and was grinding it into my crotch. And I'm just like, and my buddy Wiseman across the way, he goes, Zor, are you okay? And I went, yeah, why? And he goes, oh, I don't know. You're just over here going like this. He didn't know I had just assaulted myself with this chemical. But I'll tell you what, man, it burned for like 5 minutes, and that's a very long 5 minutes, and then it started to settle down. Next day, cleared up.
Yeah.
So now I understood, you know, and you know, I showered. It sounds nasty, but man, that's the world you live in when you're with 50 dudes sweating, and you know, everything's always chaos and moving and trying to make sense of shit, and everybody's laundry gets mixed up.
Yeah, I knew.
So anyway, that was just a crazy introduction to Tough Actin' Tinactin. And
thanks, Sean Madden.
Yeah. But Brooks thought it was hilarious, and Wiseman thought it was hilarious. I mean, these guys both happened to, you know, and that's one of those things that reminded me also that it doesn't matter where you are, man. Somebody's got their eyes on you.
Yeah.
Boom.